Have you ever wondered why PCOS is connected with weight gain and what to do to stop it? Stay tuned because I'm going to be talking about it in this video. Now, before we start anything, make sure that you see my insulin resistance playlist, because the reason for weight gain in a lot of women with PCOS is actually insulin resistance, which is actually diagnosed in 70% of women with PCOS. So insulin resistance is very, very complex process that happens in our body. And what happens if we have insulin resistance is that, well, to simplify it very, very well, I'm going to link another video that talks about it a little bit more in depth, is that our cells don't work properly. So our cells, very simplified, are not getting the energy inside of them, and our whole energy metabolism is completely skewed. It happens when we usually eat too much sugars, too much processed carbs, and our insulin levels get too high. So our cells get resistant to insulin, which is actually the key that opens the doors for the sugar to come into the cell and create energy. So when we have insulin resistance, we have this blood sugar flowing inside and it never opens the cell. So this extra sugar is actually being saved into the fat, but our cells are starving at the same time because no energy is coming inside. So that is why very often women with insulin resistance are super fatigued. They suffer from hunger and they gain weight at the same time. Because again, this blood sugar flowing is not turning into energy, and it is actually going to fat, and our cells are starving. So these cells are sending the signal, I'm hungry, I still didn't get any energy, we're super tired, and we gain fat at the same time. So this is a very complex process, and I think that many people, when they think about insulin resistance, they think about, oh, yeah, it's your fault, just stop eating sugar, just stop eating, carbs, and you're gonna be fine. This is not as simple. Many women with PCOS and with insulin resistance suffer from eating disorders and binge eating and bulimia and stuff like that. And why is that? Again, because we can never feel satiated. We never feel full. So we eat a lot because we have this horrific hunger, because all of our cells are starving and we keep on gaining weight. I'm gonna insert here a little bit of my story so you can check the timestamps and go through that if you don't want to listen to that. But I actually was gaining weight with insulin resistance, and also I started gaining weight when I was exercising quite a lot. So I put my body through a lot of stress unknowingly, which actually made me gain weight, even though I was watching my intake of my calories, but not carbs. So what has happened is that I was gaining weight, and I was super hungry. Now I decided, okay, so now instead of focusing on building muscle, I'm gonna focus on losing weight. So I was, as many of us, we are getting super motivated and we are going all in. So I did cut my calories to 1,500, still keeping a lot of carbs and still eating 5 meals a day. What have happened was I got really sick because my body was not getting enough calories, and I didn't understand why, and I was still gaining weight. So I got fatigued, I couldn't do anything, I had to stop working out, I was just working and sleeping, super fatigued, super dizzy. Because I overstressed my body, made my insulin resistance worse, and even on 1,500 calories, I was still gaining weight. So this is what might happen, and this is what happens in a lot of women with PCOS. Now you might think to yourself, okay, I am in this situation, I'm overweight, but every time I start working out, it doesn't work. Every time I cut my calories, it doesn't work. What do I do now? And the thing is that, unfortunately, what you're gonna have to understand is that you cannot go full force and expect the right result. What you're gonna have to prepare yourself for is a long journey. And this is the only thing that will help. And this is usually the only thing that helps anyway. I mean, how many people do you know that went on juicing diets and then actually end up binging back? So what you are gonna have to do is focus on healing your body. And why am I using this word? Is because you're gonna have to be very gentle with your body. So first thing, your exercise shouldn't be too harsh. So you should opt for maybe 30 minutes of exercise every day and gentle exercise. So it might be swimming, it might be walking, and walking actually automatically lowers your cortisol levels. Your high cortisol levels will make your blood sugar rise and make your insulin resistance worse. So actually, if you have PCOS and insulin resistance, do not do HIIT trainings, even though you've heard that they improve insulin sensitivity. It might in healthy individuals, but you will have to lower your cortisol levels. So 30 minutes of gentle exercise, a lot of sleep, de-stressing, mindfulness, yoga, breathing exercises, whatever you need to do, de-stress. Also take away physical stressors. That might be coffee, that might be, as I said, exercise, of course, alcohol, all sorts of toxins from your body, and all the stuff that can be difficult to digest by your body as well. So another thing, adjustment to diet, as I already started to talk to, try to cut coffee or at least minimize it. And if you still like, I don't know, having more than 1 cup of coffee during the day, maybe start doing half decaf, or maybe try to at least spread it around. For myself, I noticed if I drink 2 coffees in a row, I get very stressed, very jittery. So observe yourself. Another thing is going to be going whole foods, because those are things that are going to calm your body. They're going to calm your digestive system, and they are going to start keeping your insulin levels at bay. So go whole foods first before you do any other adjustments. And by de-stressing, by sleeping, by walking, and by starting to implement the habits, which is, I'm going to eat more vegetables this week. I'm gonna swap my potatoes to a salad. I'm gonna add, I don't know, homemade dressing instead of bought dressing with sugar. Do those steps very, very slowly, and you are gonna have much better, much more long-term results than if you would have otherwise. Because as I said, with women with PCOS, the main reason for weight gain is insulin resistance and this whole mechanism. So you can reverse it naturally, slowly, without medication, and this is what I would definitely recommend you to do. Now let me know if you have tried any of those before. Let me know how your sleep is. Do you also suffer from anxiety, depression, eating disorders, anything like that? Let me know down in the comments. I did it all, I had it all before. So let me know in the comments, and make sure that you like, subscribe, and click the notification bell to be notified about my future videos, and I will see you very soon. Bye.